Welcome to the Bomb Mom Podcast. Today is a whole special edition because I have my friends on with me and we are diving all into like what went wrong in our marriages, the dating scene, what's happening now, what we like, what we don't like, what's giving us the ick. Like you're going to be entertained. So welcome to the show, Tristan and Kelly. I'm so excited to have you guys here.
Thanks for having us.
I'm so excited to be here. Woo!
And we will put this up on YouTube. So if you guys want to watch us on there too and see the craziness, you are welcome to. You also get to see my sparkle wall behind Tristan right now.
I'm in the champagne room, bitches.
It actually looks really
Pop
good.
Some bottles, baby.
I know there's no sex in here, but there's a sparkle wall.
No sex yet.
No sex in there. None. Nothing's happening in there right now. So I want you guys to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourselves because everyone knows everything about me on this podcast. So Tristan, tell us a little bit about you and what you got going on in your life and what you do for fun and work and all of it.
Okay, my intro is going to be 97 minutes because there's
I know, right?
Okay, so I am Tristan Noel LeClaire, and I have been in the fitness and nutrition industry for about 15 years, competitive bodybuilder and lifestyle transformation, all that kind of stuff. Fitness and nutrition has been my game. And now I am kind of segueing. I'm going to be moving my entire life to Texas. I'm going to be starting a new career. I mean, when you really think about it.
Crying.
Yeah.
In the real estate industry. And simultaneously, I also do a sex, dating, relationship, conscious uncoupling podcast called What Not to Do. It's available on Spotify and Apple, wherever you get your podcast. So I kind of consider myself a romantic failure of sorts. And then I love learning. And so I'm taking all this information from really experienced matchmakers and dating coaches, and I'm kind of trying out their theories in real life. And I talk about it on the podcast.
Mm-hmm. I love it. And that's why I was like, we need to just do one big show together. I have been on Tristan's podcast. Do you know the episode number? I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I could look at it. I could look it up.
It's really good though. You have to listen to it. We dive into some stuff and she like makes me answer like questions that you'd put on a dating profile. And I'm like such an idiot. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how to answer this. Like, what would you put? Like guide me through this.
Yes. Create it for me.
Yes. Can we have AI do it? Can like Chat GPT do it?
Because I'm trying to I was trying to slowly help you pull the Band-Aid off. But you've jumped, girl. You've jumped. You're in. You're in like Flynn.
You have to jump.
You do. You really do. So Kelly, tell us a little bit about your story and
okay. Well, my name's Kelly Castro. I am a single mom of 4 kids. I have 2 adult daughters who are 23 and 24 and 2 teenage boys who are 15 and 17. I was married for 18 years to my high school sweetheart, and we have been divorced for 7. So now I'm in the corporate world and doing the single mom life and dating and all of the things.
All of the things.
All of the things.
I hope you all watch this on YouTube because they are just gorgeous. And like we are like this trio when we go out because it's a blonde, a redhead, and a brunette. And,
yeah. Walk into a bar.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So, okay. Both divorced. All of us are divorced. I have to ask, because we have a lot of married couples or married moms and stuff that listen to the show and single, like it's just a mix of everything. We have teenagers that freaking listen to the Bomb Mom podcast. So everyone can learn. Everyone can learn. But Tristan, we'll start with you. Like being married, can you identify what went wrong?
Okay, so I've been separated since,
I'm like, when did it start veering on that wrong path?
Well, I'm a little bit different. I feel like my story is just a little bit different because I've been separated since August of 2022 now, and my children's father and I are doing conscious uncoupling where we still maintain a familial environment. So we're actually still living together. We still do all family stuff together. And even during this move to Texas, we're getting 2 apartments literally on the same floor or right down the hall from each other, so that our 7-year-old and our 3-year-old can feel like we are still a family, and even though mommy and daddy aren't husband and wife anymore, that it doesn't change. We will always be a family, and we put the family first. And so whoever we date or comes into our lives, I mean, I'm fully on board with this. I don't know if he is, but whoever comes into my life and whoever I date, like, it's very important that they know that this is my priority, is to maintain this family element, and that they're coming into a family. And hopefully they'll bring something and we'll evolve as we go. But they need to be friends with my ex-husband because he's going to be around. We're going to be doing Christmases together and things like that. So, that's really important to me. So I was married for 6 or 7 years. And as I always say, I experienced everything in my marriage except sexual infidelity. So it was kind of rough right from the jump. I kind of married someone who changed. He kind of sold me a bill of goods, and he changed as soon as we got married. And I am one of those, spend a day with me and you'll see who I am. But I'm a very open person and a very loving person, trusting person, very loyal person. And because I made that commitment to my marriage, I kind of had blinders on. Like, I was still really in love with this person through like the abuse and the non-affection and the no sex and the whole thing for like years and years and years. And one thing kept piling on top of another, again and again and again. And as I say, it's death of 1,000 paper cuts. It's not just like one big thing that happens and you're suddenly like, oh, I'm done. It's like you break my heart 5 million times, and then suddenly on the 5 million and one time, you're like, oh, my heart's not going back together, and now I am done. And then you're just done.
Done. Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened.
Well, I think that's important to say and to note, because there's probably a lot of women listening going, yeah, I kind of feel that. It's like a multiple things that are like building up. And for me, I can totally agree like with what you're saying, because it wasn't one thing. Well, there is one point where I knew and I was like, I'm fucking done. Like, that's it. Like, you will never talk to me like that ever again, especially in front of my children. I had that moment. But I'm pretty sure we got back after that.
See?
Then I did it. Then I did it. But for it, there were red flags from the beginning, which I'm sure all of us could probably say like, oh, I kind of knew. I knew in the beginning, but I didn't want to know. And I was too young and too dumb to even to know it was a red flag. I was just like, oh, he'll change, or I'll change him, or like, oh, this is just how every guy is, and there were just times where like, when we moved in together, and I finally came down to his place, like, and it was going to be our place, he would get really upset at me if I put out kitchen towels and like wanted to like decorate or hang things on the wall. And like, he's like, no, that's just clutter and junk. And he didn't let me make it a home. And so we would literally fight. Like, I'd put things out, he would take it and hide it. And I'm like, what the okay.
It sounds like he has OCD. I'm not even kidding. Like, he might have undiagnosed OCD.
Or diagnosed.